My name's Hunter Williams. I am the main operator of the G Ranch. G Ranch was founded in the year 2000 by my grandpa. In the year 2015, I purchased out his cattle and began acquiring additional lease lands from other local landowners. As far as the G Ranch, the G in the name comes from my grandparents' last name, Good. Both my grandparents were born out in this part of West Texas, and really wasn't until I took over that we really started getting into the conservation.
Hunter Williams with the G Ranch has worked with NRCS for 7 years. Since the very beginning, the focus was primarily brush control to increase forage production and biodiversity. And so it has shifted to more of a full ranch management program. We help with water development, grazing systems, taking old cropland fields, putting them back to grass, especially the more erosive cropland fields.
Practices that we have used on the ranch through NRCS under their guidance, we have done chemical and mechanical brush control, native range reseeding, most of the time after we've went in with the mechanical brush work. Pasture plantings, where we've taken crop fields and put those back into grass to kind of stave off erosion. Cross fencing, water projects, anywhere from drilling new wells, decommissioning old abandoned wells, storage reservoirs and large tanks, water lines.
Every conservationist needs to have one of those producers in their life that you see the change and you see the impact, and then you also see that producer develop into a true conservationist, and then they in turn tell others about the benefits of conservation. And so the most enjoyable thing I've had with Hunter is watching him progress, and his questions that he asks have so much forethought compared to other producers, and knowing that he's really grasping the benefits of conservation on the property. To describe how the land has changed prior to following the conservation practices that have been installed, the G Ranch is essentially converted from a woodland or a shrubland state to a grassland state. It's now grassland and forest dominated. The number of species that are out here as far as herbaceous species is phenomenally larger. We know from a scientific standpoint, we know from a production standpoint, we've at least doubled the amount of biomass produced as far as forage biomass produced. And that forage feeds, not only livestock, but also the wildlife that's out here.
With the water systems we've added, the brush work, the cross fences, I've moved my cattle into bigger groups and have longer rest periods between grazes. The more moves I can make, the more grass I'm growing, and I think we've improved our land tremendous. I feel like our wells may be getting a little stouter by removing trees, and we're able to keep spring water going longer throughout the year.
The other thing is the effectiveness of rainfall has increased substantially. Just the removal of the juniper increases rainfall infiltration by 25%, and that doesn't include what the brush utilizes for its own growth once you remove it. So the effectiveness of the rainfall is probably in the tune of 60 or 70% more effective than it was before. And that doesn't only just help his forage biomass production, it also helps with community-wide, spring flow and water flow, and that provides water and well water for not just him, but the community in general.
As far as the growth of our operation, NRCS has been a tremendous help. Being able to get the knowledge from the people that I work with and helping me devise plans, and then the monetary cost share programs that let us put all these plans into action. You couldn't stay profitable, trying to do all this without some kind of assistance like that. NRCS has really been a lifeline helping us. I would recommend that anybody that, whether you're a new or old landowner, operator, like if you have questions on land or different ideas on property, reach out to NRCS, try to get a plan in place for any kind of ideas you have towards your property.